The best materials for a fix and flip. So if you're renovating a house right now, if you're doing a rehab and you're looking to flip the house, you're looking to resell, I'm going to take you inside one of my renovations that I'm working on right now and show you in detail what materials I'm using so that you can learn how to save money and how to get the most beautiful product in the finish line. I'm Phil Pustiovsky with FreedomMentor.com. I'm a real estate investor, real estate mentoring coach to many of the most successful real estate investors all across North America, best-selling author, and this is the #1 YouTube channel on real estate investing worldwide. And you're going to find out why here in this video, because I share information you don't hear anywhere else. When I closed on this property 2.5 weeks ago, this place was nasty. Oh, look what they left us, guys. I didn't even notice this. Did y'all notice this? They left us a cat litter box with some chunks in there. The dude's name is Underdonk. Oh, that's priceless. Thanks for all you've done, Bill Clinton. I wonder what old Underdonk has done. No idea what that's doing there. We'll probably try to get these screens off, but oh, that was gross. I don't even know what all was on there. Wiping my hands on this isn't clean either. Okay. The sweet aroma of cat urine having soaked into the carpet for years. The smell of opportunity. Paint. It's an incredibly important material when flipping houses. It makes a huge impact when trying to sell. So what colors should you use? What kind of finish? Should it be satin, semi-gloss? Should it be flat? And where should you get them from? Well, as far as where you get your paint, we always take the route of specific paint stores. These here are from Sherwin-Williams. We've worked with them quite a bit. They're fantastic. But whether it's Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore or Porter Paints or PPG, it's specific to paint. And the problem with your Lowe's and Home Depot is speed. You've been in there when there's all these other people in line and they're trying to match paint colors and it takes way too long. Time is money in this business. My contractors want to get in, get out, and that's what they love about Sherwin-Williams. Now in this particular project, 1,200 square feet, both exterior and interior trim and everything in between. Total cost of paint for us was $2,400 in this, and we have some extra that we can use on the next project. So probably our cost is around $2,200 in paint alone here. What colors and what finish that I use as far as paint on this project, I'm going to give you the exact details just below here in the link in the description section. There's also a link up here, and that'll tell you exactly what materials I use. Now, on the interior, I always use the exact same colors. It's a touch of sand, and then there's a white trim. Exterior, I always use a white trim, but then as far as the major exterior color, that can change slightly from property to property depending on what the neighbors look like. And sometimes I actually get the help of my wife because she's great with colors, and sometimes I take advice from my contractor as well. But at least you'll get a good idea of the material and colors I'm using, the finish, and although I'm near the beach, it's going to be a little bit more beachy color, especially on the interior. You can use that anywhere that's neutral. You can use that anywhere you'd be doing a deal. The second most important material decision is flooring. I am a huge fan of luxury vinyl plank flooring. Now, I had a video several years ago where I had laminate in there, and that was before I had been introduced to this magical flooring material. Now, this particular type snaps together, which is different from the ones that might glue together. But here's the key. This material if you get the good stuff, is 100% waterproof. So I put this in the living room, in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, everywhere. And on a smaller house, this is a key detail, if you have the same flooring throughout and there's no seams, it makes the house feel bigger. So I go with luxury vinyl plank. By the way, I don't get this at Lowe's or Home Depot. I get this at a Lumber Liquidators, at a Georgia Floors Direct, or other such flooring material provider that is not going to be subject to some of the constraints that Home Depot and Lowe's are. Their materials on flooring is just not nearly as good as if you go direct to a flooring organization, especially Lumber Liquidators, because they're national. The kitchen. Making sure you have a beautiful kitchen is a big deal when you're flipping houses. So what I always use, believe it or not, is not granite, but I go with the cheap laminate you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. It looks great, and it's so inexpensive, and it's so fast to get. It drives me crazy with granite because you have to wait around, and now I guess the big thing is quartz. But either way, it takes way too long to order, and it has to be all measured out. I want my guys to get in and get out. Now the other thing you'll see is we got a backsplash. I'm not totally convinced the backsplash is really going to give you the bang for your buck. But this is a vacation rental, and my wife wants it to be just beautiful and have that wow factor, so we put in the backsplash. Because this is like $10 a square foot. And so if you've got a pretty big backsplash, that can be pretty expensive, and all the savings you got from your countertops you throw back into your backsplash. But it does look great. It does produce a wow factor. Next we have the cabinets. This is the low end cabinets that you're going to get from your Lowe's or Home Depot. A lot of times I would rather replace cabinets with this stuff than try to paint over old nasty cabinets. So because it just looks new, it feels new, and that's a big deal when you're trying to flip to, especially the kind of buyers we do with flips. They're usually first-time home buyers. They love new. And as you may learn from a previous video, builders are priced out of the starter home market. So you, as a house flipper, you can be the one that brings this new feel to them. Now next you're going to see just simple stuff like your faucet. I let my contractors pick this stuff out, and I just let them roll with it, whatever's simple, whatever's easy. These sinks are a lot more, less expensive if you go with the metal. If you try to get all fancy with the white cast iron, it can take a lot of time to come in because a lot of those are not in stock. And as you can tell, it's all back to speed for me. I want it to get in and get out. And then you don't see the appliances because I haven't ordered those yet, but what I do with appliances is I order those specifically from an appliance shop, and I have a contact there, and he knows exactly what I want. These are always the same width on the oven, it's always the same size on the fridge, everything's always the same. I give him a call, I say I want it delivered in 2 days, boom, they come in and deliver it. So appliances, I go low end, but I make sure it's brand new. The bathroom is very similar to the kitchen in that I like to go with all new fixtures if I can, even replacing the toilet because it just looks and feels new. One of the things that my crew is amazing at is tile. So they're always tiling this stuff, and I don't know if you're always going to have that good of a crew to help you with that, but I go with all tile when I can in the bathroom, all the way up to the ceiling. I think it makes a huge difference, and just basically everything in here is going to be your Lowe's, Home Depot, off the shelf. I like the brushed nickel look the best, but also you can go with that aged bronze. That works as well too. And especially if you're more like in the mountains and whatnot, we're in the beach, we go with this color a little bit. And all of this stuff here, this is all just off the shelf Lowe's, quick, fast, easy, and Home Depot as well. And you probably could find a great deal on some nicer quality materials at a more specialty kitchen and bath store. But what's so nice about your Lowe's and Home Depot on these things is that their low-end stuff still is good quality, but it's at a reasonable enough price so that you can just go with them in and out. And by the way, you can set up pro accounts and more contractor level accounts with those big box retailers like Lowe's or Home Depot to save money. Labor costs $19,000 for this entire project. Material costs $16,000. That was $2,400 in paint, $3,000 in flooring, $600 in dumpster runs, $10,000 in all the other stuff. And I've still got a few more things. I got some appliances which will run about $1,700, and I'm also going to have some landscaping. So all in, I'll be in this deal at about $37,500 on the rehab cost. And what did I pay for this? $100,000 even, and I had the seller pay my closing costs. Now, why am I doing this as a long-term vacation rental and not as a fix and flip? Because look behind me. This has an unobstructed view of the ocean, well, specifically the intercoastal, which is very, very rare around here. Usually you're having to pay a lot more money. It's kind of interesting. There's a city park and then the city parking lot back behind me, but nobody ever parks there. So it's got always this amazing view, and it's got a nice porch here. So we think this is gonna make an incredible vacation rental for many, many years. And also it's zoned commercial. So there's a lot of other land uses I could do with this down the road. So that's where I'm in this deal at, $137,500, and I could flip it for probably $175 or even more depending on the buyer and what their use was going to be. But I'm going to hold on to this long term because you don't get views like this very easily. These are very, very rare, and I plan on holding on to this for a very long time. Those are the best materials for fix and flips. So if you're renovating houses or looking to get into it, I hope you learned some great tips on what materials to use. And again, you can get access to the materials that I used down below in the description link, as well as the link right up there. And I hope you enjoy these videos. If you want to see more like this, make sure you subscribe, because subscribers get to see the best videos first. And if you want to become more knowledgeable in this business, make sure you read my book, How to Be a Real Estate Investor, which I give away for free right up here, and watch more of these videos. If you want to become a market-leading, first-class real estate entrepreneur, consider my apprentice program, where my team and I mentor even complete beginners and turn them into money-making machines. Well, I'm Phil Pustiowski with freedommentor.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have comments or questions, put them down below there in the comments section, and I'll see you on the next video.